Good afternoon and welcome to the Los Alamitos Unified School District Board of Education meeting. And I'm going to call the meeting to order at 4:05. And Mrs. D'Angelo.
Mr. Fayette. Here. Ms. Gatuli. Here. Mrs. Hill.
Here.
Mr. Forehand. Here. Mrs. Davidson.
Here.
And I would like a motion to adopt the agenda.
So moved. Second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Great. We are now going to move on to our workshop. So we are very excited to have McCullough Middle School here and Mrs. Reed.
Thank you very much, President Hill. It really is an honor tonight to welcome McCullough Middle School, home of the Eagles, to our boardroom. And I'd like to welcome to the podium at this time esteemed Principal Dr. Ryan Weiss-Wright.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Madam President, Board of Education, Dr. Pulver, Executive Cabinet, McCullough School community, thank you all for being here tonight. I would like to start by welcoming up our ASB co-presidents, Emma Michael and Maddie Heenan, to lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. Come on up.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You guys may be seated. They're going to do a winter song for us. And of course, they are led by our amazing choir director, Mrs. Shannon Wallace. Thank you, Mrs. Wallace. Next, please welcome back to the stand, to the podium, Emma Michael and Maddie Heenan, who will be sharing our McAuliffe student report. So Maddie and Emma are ASB co-presidents, and they're going to be able to give us an overview of all of the different facets that our student leadership program is involved in. Our ASB kids who are here in our ASB shirts, hi ASB kids. Yes, are led by Ms. Jennifer Bellender, who does an excellent job creating these opportunities for our kiddos. Go ahead, girls.
Good evening, President Hill, Executive Cabinet. Good evening, President Hill, esteemed board, Superintendent Dr. Pulver, and Executive Cabinet. My name is Emma Michael.
And my name is Maddie Heenan, and we are this year's McAuliffe Leadership Co-Presidents. Our job as co-presidents is to guide and advise our ASB committees. We would like to tell you a little bit about them and what they do every day to make school more fun and engaging.
Let's start with multimedia. Our multimedia team is run by Nathan Tang and covers everything from our events to news stories on the Birdwatch, which is our student-run news site, to our social media accounts. They also produce our morning announcement videos, helping students feel more connected and aware of the many social opportunities at McAuliffe.
The Spirit and Activities Committee, run by Abby Hennessy, is one of McAuliffe's most enthusiastic and energetic committees. Spirit and Activities is devoted to highlighting any major holidays or events on campus with fun lunchtime activities. A recent example includes our World Cup trivia competition. These students are skilled poster makers and put plenty of effort into creating an exciting environment at McAuliffe.
Another hardworking committee is Recognition, run by Jillian Hale, which recognizes teachers, students, and Eagles weekly. They use special announcements and posters to recognize all the hard work these individuals give to make McAuliffe a wonderful place.
The Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, run by Madison Quarry, works extremely hard to recognize and promote different cultures. Every month, DEI celebrates a specific heritage. They create online posters that celebrate foods, celebrations, and practices of the culture. This committee also plans lunch events and art activities in honor of the culture we are celebrating. For example, during Native American Heritage Month, we taught the students about the importance of dream catchers and how to make them. Our DEI team does extensive research to make the Heritage Months as educational as possible.
Another hardworking committee in ASB is Community Service. Community Service, run by Alyssa Matthews, helps to make our community a kinder and safer place. At the beginning of the school year, they hosted a meet and greet for students new to our district, and it helped coordinate many student activities for district-wide wellness initiatives centered on building connections, anti-bullying, and gratitude. On Giving Tuesday, they planned a letter-writing campaign for students to show their appreciation to first responders, and today concluded their dual animal and child toy drive for the Salvation Army, SBCA LA.
In conclusion, we would love to thank the district and all that you do to provide this leadership class for us. We really appreciate your support because we truly believe that everything we do positively impacts our McAuliffe students.
Thank you so much for listening to our presentation on McAuliffe's ASB. Now I'll turn it back over to Dr. Weiswright.
Excellent job. All right, good evening again. I do just want to start off by saying thank you. It's a real privilege to work at this school district. It's a real privilege to work and to be able to lead McAuliffe Middle School. We have an excellent team of administrators, teachers, school staff, parents that all work together to make sure that we have outstanding opportunities for our students. As we go into the holiday season, coming off of Thanksgiving and heading into the holidays and having a regular school year, it's been really, really amazing to be able to continue this work and to continue working with these kids. Tonight we're excited to do an overview of that. I always like to start off by looking at Kristen McAuliffe's saying, which is our school vision or our school motto: be yourself, try your best, and never be afraid to dream. We are so fortunate to be part of a district that has worked so hard to provide students the opportunity to dream big and to imagine the broader impact that they can make in our community. On McAuliffe, as I shared, we are fortunate to be part of a student's middle years, which can be a little awkward at times for middle school students, but we believe that these unique opportunities for students and to find connections to school are foundational in helping them realize who they are and who they can be. Nowhere is our school motto more prevalent than in the work of our outstanding teachers. As you all know, the McAuliffe staff continues to strive to provide outstanding instruction for every student, to help them feel connected to school, and to meet the diverse needs of every learner. This year, the McAuliffe staff continues to innovate on behalf of our students. Departments have invested in developing strong PLCs that address trends in student achievement data and have been working creatively to address the needs that arise. I couldn't be more proud of the work that these teachers are doing as they seek to find ways to support all students through their middle school experience. Our teachers are constantly evaluating their classroom management, rigor, and workload in order to create balanced lessons that are both relevant and engaging. One of the biggest changes on our campus this year has been the implementation of the McAuliffe tutorial pilot. The goal of these tutorial sessions is to provide students with opportunities for both academic growth and to develop their own personal responsibility. Like all pilots, we are still navigating the many dynamic components. However, I'm extremely proud of our staff for their earnest effort in providing these learning opportunities for students. This work from our teachers really translates into outstanding learning outcomes for every middle schooler. Students at McAuliffe continue to thrive in core academics, PE, and electives through teachers' use of collaborative grouping, active engagement strategies, project-based learning, and explicit direct instruction. The tutorial pilot is just one way that our teachers are providing critical Tier 2 intervention to reteach key standards, as well as build time into the academic day for assignment completion and enrichment activities. We have CASP data again. This year, we're using the 2022 CASP data as one of many metrics in guiding instruction for McAuliffe. We all know that we haven't had CASP assessment data since 2019, and we're really using the metrics that we have this year as new baselines. CASP is one of many pieces that drives instruction and allows us to focus our efforts on what students really need to be successful at school. We are also proud of the non-academic outcomes for our students at McAuliffe. This year, we are able to offer over 30 clubs for students, dances, hands-on learning opportunities, lunchtime activities, thanks to ASB for all kids. Students are also able to participate in any of our 4 intramural sports, soccer championships were today, our school track meet, and many activities offered by ASB leadership and PTA. We are also particularly proud of the service learning opportunities students at McAuliffe are given. We believe that volunteerism is critical in helping middle school students thrive, and we look to provide that through different clubs, canned food drives, toy drives, letters to the elderly, and more. If you're wondering, Mr. Forehand reads my newsletter backwards and forwards every week. He can tell you all about them. McAuliffe continues to focus on student mental health and wellness. Students continue to utilize our school well space daily, whether it's for individual counseling or mindfulness activity, or if they are one of our focus groups targeting grief and loss, anxiety, or social skills. This year, we're also lucky to be able to offer students tutorial sessions in the well space. So far, we've been able to target coping skills and positive self-talk. Additionally, our partnership with Challenge Success continues to keep students' well-being at the forefront of our work. Our Challenge Success team examines student stressors that impact our students' ability to navigate the daily challenges of middle school life and works collaboratively to create those balance opportunities throughout our academic day. We also believe that the middle school years are the chance for kids to explore different electives, to try something new, to do a club that they haven't done before, to be part of our arts program, and to find something that they are passionate about pursuing. Students have already performed in fall productions for drama, choir, and band, and we look forward to our first annual McAuliffe Arts Festival in the spring. Band, choir, visual art, dramatic art, film festival, we're all coming together on one big night in May. Stay tuned. In addition to our visual and performing arts pathway, students are finding new ways to connect to school through tutorial enrichment opportunities. You can see in these pictures, students are learning how to cook in a kitchen lab. They're studying photosynthesis with different succulent plants, and they're creating gratitude journals in the well space. These are just a few of the examples of different options that are available to students to have access to during our tutorial days. Parents, you are our invaluable partners in this work. Every year, we rely on our parent leaders to support our student events, celebrate our staff and teachers, and stay connected with all things McAuliffe. Parents are engaged weekly through our newsletter, social media, and monthly virtual coffee connections, as well as our parent education nights. Parents are also our biggest supporters when it comes to fundraising. That's why those embarrassing pictures are up there. For the past 2 years, we have brought our school fundraiser back to McAuliffe in order to be able to keep every dollar that's donated by our parents and our families. And the incentives that we generate at McAuliffe are very McAuliffe specific as well. So while we might not always like them, we'll kiss pigs and have the ice bucket dumped over our head. It's a toss-up to see which one was worse. In closing, I want to share that McAuliffe continues to be a school site that explicitly teaches students how to be good citizens. Our focus on kindness, inclusion, equity, and acceptance of all work together to support our district's core values. We want students to feel safe on campus while we support who they are as people so that they can grow into who they are as learners. We thank you very much for your ongoing support of our school and our students. We're fortunate to be part of a district that continually puts kids first, and I'm very fortunate to have the opportunity to serve as the McAuliffe principal. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I just a couple of quick comments. Maddie and Emma, what a great job you did. I really appreciate it. And I noticed that there was at least one person, Melissa, who stood in the audience when her name was called out. So that was really great that you were able to coordinate that as well. And just really excited to hear about everything that's going on with the Eagles. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to see.
Those candles are beautiful.
I'm just trying to, I just really am excited about everything that's going on with the Eagles and at your school site. And thank you for really caring so much about the whole child and about the whole child during these very growing exploratory years that they are in middle school. So I appreciate that. Does anybody else from the board? Mr. Forehand.
Yes, and first of all, every time I get to visit McAuliffe, I don't have a long drive home, but I have a smile on my face all the way home because you are magical. Your staff, your leadership, your community are making a difference. And yes, right, Dr. Weiss, right, I do read your newsletter, but the best part is Birdwatch. And I'm sorry I bug you every Monday when I'm a tech failure to access it, but it's spirited and wonderful. So
We could maybe have Nathan Tang send the morning announcements directly to you, Mr. Forehand. That might,
where are
that
you,
might
Nathan?
cut out the middleman.
I
Where
want to
is
give you
Nathan?
my
There he is.
personal email, so you just send it to me, okay? Thank you.
So McAuliffe, you were fabulous. I think you all head to Broadway with this performance. That was the most beautiful rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Really a difficult song to sing, and you mastered it beautifully. McAuliffe, obviously, after 25 years of teaching there, will always be my home. And it gives me such a sense of joy to hear about all of the connections that you create for kids. I decided to teach middle school, I think, because it was such a hard time for me when I was young. I felt so isolated and alone. But the amount of connections and the diversity in what you offer, there's a place for everybody to connect, to be a part of your campus and to make friends. And I know what an amazing staff of educators and administrators and custodians, your whole entire staff, everybody cares deeply for the souls of the kids on the campus. And Shannon, that was a beautiful performance. And once again, Ryan, you and your administration do a wonderful job of loving the kids and creating ways for them to feel good about life. So thank you.
Mrs. Gattuli.
I wanted to start off by thanking Mrs. Wallace for the job you've done with the choir. Their harmony was incredible. And I know that took a lot of work for them to make sure that they were on the notes that they were supposed to. And it's like what Mrs. Davidson said, it is really a beautiful rendition, so thank you. And I also wanted to thank Maddie and Emma for telling us all about the different activities that they do have on campus and how the kids can get connected there. And I just love the fact that the McAuliffe staff is doing the tutorials. I know it's coming out of our Challenge Success through Stanford University, and I know it may have some growing pains because this is something totally different. I have grandsons at McAuliffe, so they get peppered questions frequently. They probably love it. Their feedback from them and their friends seem to be very positive. And I think it's giving a chance for the teachers to really help some students and help all students, some to catch up and get at level, and some to go further, and some to just explore something that's just as interesting. The whole concept of studying something because you're interested in it is probably incredibly foreign to most middle schoolers, but it can occur. It's called a career. And it's really great. Hopefully it's your career. And it's really great that we're giving them the opportunity. So kudos to you for your leadership, Ryan, and for your staff for willing to take on a change in how they approach teaching.
Scott?
Thank you. McAuliffe is always a special place for me. I only spent 6 years in middle school, so it was a great time for me. I would like Maddie, Emma, and all of the young people that stood up during their speech to please stand at this moment. There were several of them yeah. Let's give them all a big round of applause. I just wanted to make sure that they got some recognition because what they do is important and so special and helps make McAuliffe such a wonderful, wonderful place. So thank you so much, and thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you very much. And thank you for standing. That was really fabulous. And Mrs. Wallace, I watched you a lot during that conducting, and I just love the passion that comes out of you and the way you lead your students. So that was really awesome. And we are now going to move on to the Hero of the Heart. So, Mr. Reese-Wright, I will hand it back to you.
Awesome, thank you. All right, everybody. So if you weren't out at lunch when we made the announcement, the McAuliffe 22-23 Hero of the Heart is none other than Mr. Bud Jones. So Bud, come on up here. So let me tell you all about Bud. His real name's Cleveland. Cleveland Bud Jones began working in Los Alamitos in 2012 as a substitute campus supervisor, but that wasn't where Bud's career in safety began. Bud worked as an OC sheriff for 22 years, where he committed his time to serving adolescents in the juvenile justice system. Bud's heart for safety and for young adults led him to offer his services with our district. Since joining Los Al, Bud has proven himself to be one of the most reliable and beloved employees on our campuses. Bud's willingness to work extra hours, show up at a moment's notice, and support all students and staff have made him an invaluable part of our school community. He is often in high demand, and we have had to compete for Bud's time with Los Alamitos High School on several different occasions. Bud is always gracious in building his schedule to support both school sites and does it with a smile on his face. As a campus supervisor, Bud is superior at connecting with students and building rapport with every child he encounters. Bud promotes a climate of safety and respect on our campus, all while staying committed to helping students find their path. The middle school years can be difficult, but Bud's commitment to McAuliffe student safety and overall student wellness make him the perfect hero of the heart. Congratulations, Bud. Now you get to say a few words. All right.
Yeah, everything Ryan said was true.
I forgot to put your picture up. Hold on. There we go. There we go.
Thanks to the board. Appreciate it. Ryan, everybody at the junior high school, all the staff. You guys are fantastic. Kids, I'm always watching out for you guys. Even though I may get a little testy sometimes, I'm looking out for you. All right, I appreciate the support. I'm very humbled. And that's it. I'm good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bud. Congratulations. I believe that's it, right?
Congratulations, Mr. Jones. So we will now go into what we call recess. Thank you. I just want to make sure. So we would like to make sure that we get some photos. And
2, 1.
Thank you and welcome back. And we really appreciate McCullough Middle School. And we would like to now move into our closed session items. And we will do that at 4:39. Be back at 6 o'clock. Thank you.